All right, so we just got done treating an apartment in that building back there. Basically, what we're treating for is roaches. It's a full roach treatment to this one unit. These apartment buildings, they're renovating apartments, little by little. So this one tenant here lives in a fully renovated apartment, and they're seeing roaches again because it's a tenement building. It's 5 stories. It's got 22 units in that building. There's still some old tenants in there. There's still some issues that's going on. And so what's happening, it gets spread through the walls, through the pipes, through cracks in the walls. And this one tenant, they've been seeing roaches. At the time when I came in right now, on the glue boards that I've been placing, there was actually 2 roaches in the whole thing. But again, they're very concerned, which is a good thing. So management wants to make sure that this apartment's in good shape. So we came in, I did a thorough roach treatment. I'm going to show you step by steps what I do with my B&G, with the flushing agent and a knockdown, with the gel, glue boards, the stuff that we do as exterminators in order to get accomplished and get a good successful treatment. The key is the detail. All right, so make sure that we try, even though when you have to do a lot of when we're doing regular monthly treatments, we're kind of running through the apartments. And so the key is in detail. So you get good technique, good practice. Oh, man, that was a bee coming after me. Sorry about that. You get good technique, good practice, you'll be able to treat fairly quickly, but still get it done correctly. So when we have to do a thorough treatment like I just did, this took me about half an hour. Again, I had to move the refrigerator, move the stove. We went in the cabinets, treated every hinge on the doors and all the cabinets. We gelled around wherever there's food, and under the sink, which is usually where the roaches will hang out. Again, because of the water. We put bait on the traps. Something I've been doing lately, trying that out as well, because again, since the roaches are attracted to the glue boards, I also put some gel just in case, just to try to help out, and hopefully they'll eat the bait as well if they don't, and just in case they don't stick to the glue board. So stick around. I hope you enjoy the video. If you have any comments or questions regarding the treatment, the stuff that I've been using, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, don't forget to hit that subscribe and hit that like button. So here's what we use today. We're using our B&G, the glue gun, the glue boards, and the aerosol flusher. This is everything that we need to get this job done today. All right, so we start the kitchen. I start with the B&G. Basically, go around all the appliances as you see. Go around the stove, go around the baseboards, around the garbage. Basically around the whole perimeter of the kitchen. We start opening the drawers, the cabinets, sorry. We're going to hit all the hinges, hit under the sink. Again, details important, to try to kind of draw out, all the whole inside of the cabinet with the B&G. You're going to spray. Again, if there's food, obviously you're going to avoid it, but if it's only the utensils, you always let the tenants know to wash right after, before they use any of the utensils. Here I was checking to see if these are actually drawers, but they're not. So when in that case, you can go back in there and then point the you can point the wand up, and then you spray just under the countertop. All right, so we go under the cabinets. I also go ahead now and I spray on top of the cabinets and on the sides of the cabinets. All right, so next we're gonna start. We're gonna go pretty much through everything again. We're gonna be hitting now the hit it. We're going to be hitting it with the flushing agent. This is a flushing agent knockdown. I'm using for this treatment. I'm using it's called Defense NXT. Great. It's got a good residual, good knockdown. A little bit of a smell, so this is not something you want to broadcast, but definitely good for the crack and crevice. And again, as you see here, I'm going to hit every hinge on all the doors and around the drawers. All right, so here I continue with the knockdown, and basically I'm hitting the backsplash where the tile and the countertop meet. That grout usually cracks and around the sink areas. It's an area where we tend to get a lot, or we see a lot of little roaches. The nymphs will come out through there because again, it's very tiny areas, but it's enough for water to seep through. And again, moisture equals roaches. And here again, crack and crevice in between the cabinets, between the cabinet and the microwave, anywhere you see crevices, all along the side of the stove. I'm going to move this stove in a minute, but I want to treat it before I do that. All right, so here again, continuing with the knockdown. As I mentioned, this knockdown also has a residual that's good for 30 to 45 days. Hitting again with the cabinet meets the countertop, and those boards, those decorative boards there just above the doors, they do have a little bit of a crack, and so those areas usually are also good areas where the roaches will harbor or hide. All right, so here the next step we're going to be doing is moving the appliances. In this case, I moved the stove. I'm going to go ahead and treat around the stove, treat the front, the sides. Make sure you get a good treatment on the side of the stove and the back of the stove. Then we take the time to treat in the back on the floor of the stove. If there's if it's dirty back there, the old boards or bait and stuff like that that's left behind from the rodents, I clean it up. I always try to, when I'm doing a treatment, take a few minutes and clean up the back of the stove if it's dirty. It's important because this way you could also not only help you control, but you can also gauge on how the treatment is doing. The next time you come around, you can see the results. All right, so I'm setting up here. I'm going to set up the glue boards. I'm starting something new. What I'm doing, where I'm placing the glue boards, also adding, as you can see on the edge of the glue board, I'm adding bait. The roaches are attracted to these glue boards. Some of them do. They're crawling, they're wet, their feet are wet, they have chemicals or some water. They may not stick to the glue board. So I'm just thinking, since they're in that area, they're going to be attracted to the glue board. We're going to go ahead and bait the glue boards as well. Hopefully that if they don't get stuck, they'll take the bait, and that should help control the population as well. Here I'm baiting, continuing to bait around the hinges, and I put a little bit on the top, on the outside of the door of the microwave. Microwaves are real common areas also for roaches. You know, not a good idea. Obviously, we're never going to put bait inside, but always try to find a spot around the microwave to put some bait. It's always a hot spot also for roaches. So I see there's some cracks on the ceiling. They're fairly high ceilings, so I can't get up there with the spray. So we changed the position on the nozzle to the stream, and then we're able to spray up there. All right, so just like in the kitchen, we're gonna go ahead and treat the cabinet. We treat the doors, the hinges on the door. We're gonna treat under the sink. Treat outside of the cabinet. Then we treat the top of where the sink meets the backsplash. That grout sometimes also cracks, and it's also a hot spot for roaches. We treat the pipes behind the door, the closet, basically the whole perimeter of that bathroom. All right, so lastly, we're putting, once we're done treating here in the bathroom, we put a couple of glue boards. I put one here just behind the toilet. I put it, to try to put it in a place where it's not going to bother the tenant. And then we're also going to put one in the cabinet. And once I'm done in the bathroom, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same thing now. Got another glue board here, and we're going to be placing that one behind the refrigerator. Again, I always put these boards, these boxes, glue boards, where the tenant doesn't bother the tenant, or the tenant's going to be touching it. So it's important that that's out of the way.